It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On 1st and 10, Fields. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun. Fields. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Hey. Let's bring it. Mike 27. Mike 27. Mike 27. You're trapped.
On 1st down, Glenn. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Glenn. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Throwing on 3rd and long. Glenn. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. 1st down, Jaguars.
Set, ready? 10-2 stop. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, Charlie. After you. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Yo, Cheetah, spike.
Off play action. Glenn. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw on second down. Fields. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Hey, team 6, team 6. Line 51, line 51. Come to my work. We want it. Get it.
Throwing on first down. Glenn. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Back to throw. Glenn to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Go. 127, 127. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Big Dan.
Throwing on third and long. Glenn, he's going to take a shot for the end. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Here's Sanders. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
To throw on 3rd down. Fields. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
I'm scared.
On 3rd down, Fields. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Looking to throw. Fields. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
56. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On second down now, it's Sanders. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Colts on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Fields. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Down. 70. Indy. Mike. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey, high 7. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Hey, zoom. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Hey, orbit. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 3.
Back to the air on second down. Glenn. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, it's Hawkins, and he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Let's go, Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 25.
On 4th down, Glenn. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fisher. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Hey, box track. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
On 1st and 10, Glenn. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Operating from the gun, Glenn. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Looking to throw on second down. Glenn. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
On the set.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let go.
From the gun, Glenn. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Glenn. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. He's got daylight. He's at the 30, 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hawkins, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Looking to throw. Glenn. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. from the gun. Glenn. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Go! And we got Mike, number 53.
Throwing again. Glenn. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. On first down, Fields. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
This time they stay on the ground. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Got it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 49 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
We play to win. Let's go. Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Check Mike 27.
Back to throw. Glenn. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. But he's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Fields. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Hawkins, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
2nd and 5. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Let's go now. 50, plant. 22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers. Check. Hey, Alpha. Now.
From the gun on 3rd down. Glenn escaping the pressure right. That's complete right around the 8. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. They find some open field here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 76 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. Hawkins. 7 yards there and a first down.
Ready, break.
On first down, it's Hawkins. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
General West.
2nd and 3. Over the middle, complete. That's Carr. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hawkins. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Hey, box truck, box truck. Snap.
From the gun on 3rd down. Glenn got his man complete over the middle. It's Carr. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Bang, 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 bang. Mike 51, Mike 51.
From the gun, Glenn, under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for ring.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They'll run. It's Sanders. He's got room to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Fields. Safarian Jenkins has it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Fields. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there?
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Exit.
Looking to throw. Glenn. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw on 2nd down. Glenn completes it to Coleman. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try to run this one in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown of the new season. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Now for the point after. And the lead is up to 5. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields over the middle, complete. It's Glover. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Back to throw. Fields. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the draw, here's Sanders. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Buying time to his left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Jags grab it. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
61, matchbox right. Shit. 53's the mark.
Looking to throw. Glenn. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On 3rd down, Hawkins. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They'll run on first down. It's Hawkins. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a first down as well.
90 Wolf.
First down, Jacksonville.
Watch the slant. Come on, baby.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville.